Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make an emoji jar. This is one I made as an example. It has a little lid on it and a face, emoji face, and you can see I have a little bottom here that it sits on and everything, and then the inside you can put stuff in here, it's hollow. So I'm going to show you how to make this using some clay. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a bag with 2 pieces of clay in it. So you want to take those out. Keep the bag because we're going to need that part way through. The first day we're going to make the shape of the jar, the round part, and then the next day we'll add all the details. Okay, so what we want to do first of all is we want to cut off a little bit of clay, just about a little piece like this, and if you take the popsicle stick, hold it on both sides, and then just press down through. All right, we're gonna do that, and then get some off of this one. All right, we're gonna use this for our details later, so we're gonna take this clay, put it back in the bag so it doesn't dry out, and close that back up. All right, then these two, we're going to get them into a ball. So if you just go like this, like you're making a snowball, and then you can roll it around on your table if you want to a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of a round shape like that. Do the same thing with this one. Get it into a ball. You can roll that around a little bit just to get it a little smoother. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. It's okay if it's not. All right, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a pinch pot bowl. So you're gonna stick your thumb in the clay and then just start pinching, turning the ball of clay. Keep doing that so you get down near the bottom, and you want the edges to stay kind of thick. You don't want them really paper thin. And you want it to be like this thickness all the way down through the ball of clay. So you really gotta get down in there. 2 thumbs works good to do that. All right, and as you're working with clay, you want to kind of work quickly because it's wanting to dry out as you're working it. So, okay, so I think I've got it pretty much all the same thickness all the way through, like that. And you can leave this part rounded like this for right now. That's fine. And then just tap it on the table there so it's nice and flat right here. All right, set that one aside. We're gonna do the same thing with this one.
Pinch, turn.
All right, when you're done, again, I'm just gonna flip this over. You wanna try to get these 2 diameters to be the same right here. So like this size should be about the same size as this size here, okay? Because guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna take these, we're gonna put them together like that, okay? So what we need to do in order to put them together is we need to use a little bit of water, and you can just use your finger and dip it in the water and rub around the edge, or you can use a toothbrush. Don't worry, nobody's used this toothbrush to brush their teeth. And then just brush a little bit of water around the edge here. You don't want to get it too wet. And then you can do a little bit on this one. Like really, really wet. Okay, so you just kind of do that a little bit. Then you're gonna take these, put them together like this. Just kind of twist them a little bit, best you can. All right, now what we're gonna do, you'll see that it's not like lining up real evenly here. So what we're gonna do is pull the clay up onto this, and so that they kind of stick together. So you see, if you just take your thumb and kind of rub over, or your finger and rub it back and forth, you can smooth it out. So you want to do that first, or next. Just get it into a smooth ball, best you can. Don't worry if it still has some lumps and stuff in it, because I'm going to show you what to do to get those out later. You just need to get this all sealed up right now. noisy. That's even worse. Okay. Alright, so I've gone all the way around and got it sealed up now. The air is on the inside, trapped on the inside. So what we can do now is you can roll this gently on your table to really get it smoothed out. Because this is going to be like the finish on your jar. So you want it to be kind of smooth. All right, if you need to, I didn't have to, but sometimes you need to roll up a coil and put that around the middle of your ball of clay, or as you're making the ball, but this didn't really seem to need it. All right, I'm not pressing down really hard because if you press too hard, it will kind of pop like a balloon. So we don't want it to do that. But I'm just smoothing it out. And you can take your finger and just kind of rub over it if you need to.
Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay. Alright, so we got the ball of clay.
We're gonna try to get this much done day one. We're gonna use this extra clay here to add extra parts. And the first thing is Mr. Lloyd is going to come around and cut a lid on top of your sphere. So I'm gonna do that. Let's cut around here. And really, you might want to let this dry a little bit before you actually did this, but since I'm demonstrating, I'm just gonna do it now. Pick that out. Okay, now this here you can kind of squish that together a little bit. And then you're gonna need a tissue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the tissue on top and put this back on, but we're not gonna do that right now because we gotta add all the details first, right? So, and actually I might cut the lid after you're done adding all the details just to make it so it doesn't get misshapen in that process, but I think it'll be okay if I'm careful. All right. Okay, so you want to decide which side's the front, and then the bottom, you can kind of flatten that off a little bit. We're gonna roll out a coil. So I'm gonna just roll this out here. All right, works best if you use one hand to roll out a coil and not two. All right, and then we're gonna put the ends together to make a circle, but we need a little bit of water just to make them stick. Good, water is like your glue. So the water really helps the clay stick together and bond. You can ask Miss Linky about that, what those water bonds are all about. Okay, so this is gonna be the bottom. So again, we need a little bit of water on this edge right here, and then we're gonna set this on top. So that's gonna help it not roll over, when it's sitting on a table or something. Or want to roll away. All right, gonna sit that right there and just wiggle it a little bit. All right, so that's good. All right, now what you wanna do, right in here, you can put your initials. So you're gonna have a stick here, you can do that. If you want to put the year, you can do that too. Maybe you don't want to remember this year. But anyway, just put your initials in there. All right, flip that back over. Now we're going to work on doing our face. Okay, so we need 2 eyeballs for our emoji. You can shape them by making a ball. Like this. Then taking the ball, cutting it in half, and then you'll know that you have like 2 pieces of clay that are about the same size. And then let's roll those back into a ball. so roll those into a ball. Then you can decide, if you want to flatten them out. Just kind of flatten them a little bit. Just get them about the same size. Something like that. So again, we're going to attach these with a little bit of water. Just stick them on here. And hopefully those are straight. Okay. There you go. Okay, 2 eyes. Then if you want to, you can do 2 small pieces of clay. Cut this in half. Right, roll that into a ball. A little bit of water. And then just push that in here. Like that. And when you're pushing things on, you might want to put your thumb or a finger on the inside just to support it. And just kind of push that down. A little bit of water. This one over here. So you'll see them just holding it on the inside and then pinching on the outside. Okay, so we got that. If you have a little paintbrush or something, you can poke a hole right here for some eyeballs. Okay, and then you can do the mouth. So if you want to add, other things, you could have tears coming down, or I have this little paper with different emojis on it, so you can decide, which one you'd want to do, which face you'd want to do, or maybe you can find another one that you like. I think this one, I'm gonna try to do like an open mouth, so I'm gonna roll a coil. And then stick that together with some water. Here. Then add some water on the back of that. And then we'll stick that on here. So it's like, so he's got his mouth open. All right, now we got our lid, which is gonna go up here, but we need a handle, so I'm gonna make a little handle. So I'm just gonna do that with a ball of clay. Again, some water on the ball of clay. Stick that on the top here, carefully. So it's stuck on there. And then again, when you're all done, you're ready to put the lid on top, just take a little bit of tissue to put here, that way it won't stick together when you put it on top here. All right, and then we're gonna take this, put it on a tray, let it dry. It's gonna take a few days to dry out. And then once it's dry, I'll fire it, and then you'll be able to paint it. So those are the steps to making the emoji. These are the steps to making the emoji container with a lid. Okay. All right, well, good luck. Hope you have fun with it.